What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a quick rundown of the latest news updates. We are going to talk about the poll because he's back in the news. Maybe never left, but now it feels more serious. I'm going to say THURAM spoke. You know, the player we've been linked with for the last 4 months now. So he spoke. Alexandro setback, injury, and Bonucci he spoke again, which I'm fine because he got asked questions about Juve, but the things he had to say were just pathetic. So we will go into that as we always do on this channel. Before we get into it, like the video, do it now. Just hit that like button as I'm speaking. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that bell notification, and let's dive straight into it. Okay, so the news, like the big news topic or like the main news thing is the poll, because Nico Shira um, spoke about it. We have been linked with the poll when he was at Udinese. The season after he left for Atletico, we have been linked for him for the last couple of seasons, basically, and now we're linked with him again. He plays for Atletico now. Um, doesn't like he's not the undisputed starter. I will say that. With it's not that he never plays ever since he joined, but he's not the main guy out there. And apparently that's what is playing in our hands because Nico Shira is saying Juve have talked with his agent in the last days. The Paul would like to play more and is not totally satisfied with the role he got from Simeone. Juve have shown interest in him for a loan with an option to buy. Now, with the Paul, when he was at Udinese, I was like, get him, because he was a very good player, like it doesn't mean he's a poor player now, but he was really playing at a very high level. I thought at Udinese. At one point, he was a player that had as well, like he scored the most or he had the most goal involvements in Europe. At one point playing for Udinese, which was crazy. But at Udinese, he looked like a very lively player. He looked so involved in everything that was exciting. And you can say that's because it's one player at Udinese. You focus on that. He was more free at Udinese, in my opinion, and he was more dangerous. It felt like, to me personally, he enjoyed, excuse me, playing football more at Udinese rather than at Atletico Madrid. At Atletico Madrid, it feels like he became more of an industrial player, and I don't like that. That can change really quickly because I think he's a different type of player. Like he can be the dirty player or whatever you want to call, but I think he's extremely gifted in terms of ability, with the ball. He's very good. However, I don't think I don't know what they pay for him. That was my mistake. I needed to check before I did the video. But they paid quite a lot. I don't think Atletico is one of those teams, and we've seen that with Morata, that they're like, yeah, here you go. Just loan him with an option to buy, and knowing Juve will be a very weird structured option. I don't have that feeling as of now. I don't think they're gonna let him go in January. Like I would be absolutely stunned if he's, you know, he's gone mid-season. I would be absolutely stunned, and also I would be also a bit surprised that he will move to Juve at this moment in time. I really do. Like I really would do because I think he would have other options, and I don't think coming back to Italy is one of those. Now, is he a player that will improve us? Yes, he will improve us. Is he top of my list? No, at all. I'm still hoping for different options, a bit younger, a different profile, but he would improve us. Like I'm not gonna deny that, and he is one of those players that, in my opinion, is gonna be ready-made. Knows the league. I don't think he needs much time to adapt, and he can fit in into the season and help us win or like potentially win this season. So let's see how that will develop. Like a lot of names out there, but it feels like Samardzic um, is one of those top names. The poll, I believe, could be one of those names that gets talked about a lot, but it's still early. So excuse me, we need we need to wait. We need to wait to see, especially the next month. You know, international break maybe. I think after international break it will start picking up a little bit more. But that's the first news story. Then let's move on to THURAM because THURAM spoke. And he was asked about, a lot of teams are interested in you. How do you feel? He said, I'm flattered, whatever. He said also, however, leaving mid-season, nah, not really. Which is not a surprise. It's not a shock. And it's also not a shock if Nice comes out and they are like, yeah, not mid-season, because it makes sense for Nice. Why would they let go a player of that quality, probably the best player mid-season, when they know we can sell him in the summer, probably for more money. More teams are in for him. However, whatever, Euros, maybe he makes Euro squad. He does well. Price goes up. It makes no sense for them to let him go mid-season. On top of that, it doesn't make any sense for him to leave mid-season. He plays at Nice. He is that main guy. Moving mid-season to a different league, different country, whatever, is not going to do his chances to get called up for the Euros any good. Like, let's be realistic here. And also, however, I don't have a feeling we not have a shot, because we always have a shot, with these type of players. But I don't think we are in the driver's seat, or I don't think we are one of those teams. Like, a lot of things need to happen before he will join us, if that makes more sense. So let's see how that will go. He is one of the main targets, however, but I think that's something, if potentially it happens, it's for the summer. So yeah, let's move on to Bonucci, because he spoke, and I don't have an issue. It's like when Delic speaks, he gets asked a question about Juve. Same with Bonucci. So I don't have an issue that he's talking about Juve. I do have an issue what he's saying, because he's a big crybaby. Like, he is. Like, from suing the club and speaking and whatever, and not realizing who he is. Like, talking a bit again about, I was not done. People believed I was done. Man, you were getting cooked on a weekly freaking basis. You were terrible. You were one of the worst player in that squad. A squad that contained a lot of bad players. So I don't know what world he was living in. Everybody saw that, up to a point where even Allegri was like, "You're not good," and we know a lot of things need to happen before Allegri is like, "Yeah, you're not good," like, you're not gonna help me anymore. You know how crazy that is. He was poor. I don't think any Juve fan forgot how poor he was, because he was extremely poor. He was liability. Like, you can make a highlight reel of his few games he played, and you were like, "What the hell is going on?" He was crap. And speaking about, I wanted to terminate my contract, not terminate, end my career at Juve. The club gave you notice. You said no. The club made his decision. Saying the media was like, everybody was talking about me, but it wasn't fair. It was fair. You were not good. Like, you were not good. We were not saying your career stinks and whatever. We were saying you're done. At this level, you're done. I don't care that he plays an occasional good game at Union Berlin in the Champions League, whatever. The big picture, he should not be at the squad. You can argue other players as well, fair. This is on Bonucci, and you were a terrible player last season. And him hinting towards, it's because of Allegri, I'm not here anymore. Fine, I'm not the biggest Allegri fan, and people know that. However, he was right. Like, this has nothing to do with Allegri. This has everything to do with your ability and your decline in performances. It's as simple as that. And he can hint towards Allegri, whatever. You came crawling back on your knees, asking for forgiveness from Allegri to take you back. And he did so. If he was that petty, he could have said, no, just rot at that Milan club and whatever. But he accepted your apology, and he took you back in. And now you're crying? This man is unreal. Like, he's absolutely unreal. But enough about him. Last topic, Alexandro. Still not training. Had a setback. To be honest, and I don't want any players to be injured. I want him to be fit in the squad, not playing, because he's not good enough. I completely forgot about Alexandro. I did. When this news story came out, I was like, he's still on the roster. I don't know what the issue is, what the injury is. It's very, how do you want, like, mysterious. He's not training, so he will be out for a while. Some might say it's a good thing. I don't want players to be injured. However, I'm very scared that if he's fit, he's gonna play, and he's gonna play a lot, and he should not be playing at all, like at all. He maybe like he should be the emergency option. Everybody's injured, suspensions, whatever, and like yeah, you play Alexandro. Other than that, he should not be in that squad. He is a liability and has been for a couple of seasons now. He's not good enough, and he should be nowhere near a starting position throughout the remainder of the season because he's just not a good player anymore. So it's done. Just a quick update because to be honest, I completely forgot he was on the roster. I'm not gonna lie. Same for Deschilio because when this news came out, I was like, we still have Deschilio somewhere. But yeah, that's news for today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that bell notification. I will be live tonight, and I also will be live Saturday after the game. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, see you guys later tonight. Ciao.